I'm Jenna here, and I am reading. That's a great question. I'd love to tell you by Elyse Myers. This is my commentary and my reactions as I'm reading it aloud as a neurodivergent girl who understands and comprehends things better by reading aloud and feeling like I'm engaging with another person. That is why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this to make anything, and I want to encourage people to buy this book or listen to the audio version of her doing it. This is more of a, again, just me barfing out my comments, reactions, and everything. And if you like that kind of thing and you want to fangirl out with me, you can. I mean, I like her. I wouldn't say, like, when I say fangirl, it's not like I know all the details in a she's my special interest kind of way. I've just seen a lot of her TikTok videos and super relate to her and think that she's adorable and authentic. And like, who else doesn't love her, right? She's just the world's best friend. Okay, so this chapter is called When Things Go Without Saying. You left your notebook here last night. Oh, that's the notebook I read in the last one. You left your notebook here last night at the front desk. I put it in your box so no one would read it. I knew I was forgetting something last night. Thank you. I'll go grab it so you can take notes. Tabitha's staring at me as if she's trapped me in a lie or waiting for me to confess to a crime I don't remember committing. Yes, is that okay? Do you ever take notes on any of the work, or is it just us that you write about in your notebook? Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit, 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 shit. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, shit, shit. Well, I guess that explains the look on Tabitha's face. I promise it's not what you think. I think you're taking notes on me, am I wrong? I try to recall what was written in the notebook I left behind or what Tabitha might have seen when she found it. Let's go back to Tabitha. For Tabitha, wanted to work in hotels since age 15. Likes to teach people things. Started working in hotels after school. Boutique hotels is passion, not chain hotels. Gymnastics and ice skating. Limbs got too long. That's funny. I try to recall what was written in the notebook I left behind, what Tabitha might have seen when she found it. My mind is in a race with my emotions, and embarrassment is winning. I'm trying to remember what I wrote in my notebook last night, but I can't see it in my mind. Why are you taking notes on us? And why did mine say, hold on, let me make sure I get this right. She pulls her phone out and out of the world's smallest pocket, which we have in all of our pencil skirts. I dread putting on this part of the uniform, but enjoy wearing it once I manage to zip it up. I'm curious about how Tabitha got her regular-sized phone into the world's smallest pocket in the first place. I have to hide my phone in my bra or else I can't breathe. The world's smallest pocket doesn't even fit the master key card I've tried to keep tucked away in there on multiple occasions. Tabitha reads the notes she found about herself in my notebook from her phone. Gymnastics and ice skating. Limbs got too long. What the fuck, Elyse? There is a very normal and not weird answer to Tabitha's question, but the way I'm oozing panic is not helping my case at all. First of all, I didn't write anything down that you didn't tell me yourself. I think I would remember saying something about my own long limbs. Tabs, you literally said to me, and I quote, very unnaturally, I slid into my pathetic attempt at an Australian accent. Elyse, I can't do this accent. Elyse, I think I'm going to an Australian accent. I can't do the accent. I used to be really into gymnastics and ice skating, but then my limbs got too long. I had to stop. I don't know if that's Australian, but that's funny. The longer I try to speak in Tabitha's accent, the worse the accent gets. I hear you, Elyse. The worse my accent gets, the more it sounds like mocking, the bullying kind, not the endearing kind. Though if you ask me, those are the exact same thing, and I don't like either kind. I begin recounting Tabitha's story back to her, the same story she told me last night while hunched over our shared computer at the front desk while she taught me how to assign rooms to the housekeeping staff. Her story went something like this. Tabitha grew up watching Olympic figure skaters on television. Her bedroom walls were lined with figure skating posters and pictures and motivational quotes, all serving as a constant reminder that she would become the very thing she wanted to be when she grew up, an Olympic figure skater. She learned how to ice skate minutes after she took her first steps in the living room of her childhood home. Right away, she was much better than anyone else her age. She was special and excellent and had Olympic potential. Tabitha was put on a fast track for greatness. Isn't this weird they're talking about? Okay, so I live in Portland, Oregon, and I actually went to a slumber party with Tonya Harding, right? My best friend growing up, I know I talked about another best friend, the junior high best friend, who I'm going to see tonight, by the way, is different from this one. This is my best friend from like second grade until junior high. She was in gymnastics, and we loved gymnastics and did a bunch of it. I was a little bit more recreational, and she was like more competitive. But what was I going to say? And so she was really into gymnastics, and her sister was really into ice skating. But it was around the time where I just remember that Tonya Harding had gone to seeing her at like a slumber party and stuff. And so anytime I do like 2 truths and a lie, sometimes I'll put in that I've been at a slumber party and play. I think we literally played like Spin the Bottle. Like I played Spin the Bottle with Tonya Harding at a slumber party. And I think I was supposed to kiss her, but then I like felt like I was going to pee my pants or something. I don't know. It was another pee my pants thing. It was a weird situation. But anyway, so yeah, when I think this, of course, this is bringing up those things in my brain buckets. Here we go. Back to it here. Had Olympic potential. Tabitha was put on a fast track for greatness. But as she got older, she hit an unexpected growth spurt. Her limbs grew too much too quick, and her mind struggled to accommodate all her new added length. Overnight, her body felt like a stranger. Puberty can be a death sentence to a young skater. Tabitha was forced to relearn movements that were fundamental and routine. In the process, she injured herself. Tabitha recovered, was rehabilitated, and then injured herself again, the second time much worse than the first. She sustained a career-ending injury to her back and knee. I closed my eyes as if being unable to see would help me remember Tabitha's words from last night even more clearly. I try to quote, I just heard this the other day, that when you do learn something, if you close your eyes, that it's like gives you 300% more chance of remembering something. So I think there is something to that, Elyse. You said, and when I learned that no matter how good you are at something, being good isn't always enough. My body decided for me that it wasn't built to support my dreams and all the dreams that people gave me. There will always be factors out of your control, and sometimes being the best has nothing to do with why it doesn't work out, or something like that. I notice I've unintentionally started standing like Tabitha, resting all my weight onto my right hip. I shift my weight back to the center. I'm speaking as quickly as I can, afraid to lose momentum and Tabitha's focus. The best part was that you didn't even realize what you said. I could see it on your face. You were barely paying attention to your own words. You were staring at the computer as you were speaking, and you kept trailing off in the middle of your sentences. It's like I got punched in the face with wisdom by someone who was sleepwalking, or no, actually, it was like someone was giving a life-changing TED Talk, but they were giving it from their bed at midnight and dozing off every few words. I didn't even have enough time to write all of it down, but I did have enough time to quickly write gymnastics and ice skating. Limbs got too long. In my mind, that basically said the same thing. Or that's basically the same thing. Tabitha looks more confused than anything else, struggling to process the fire hose of information that I just blasted her with. Did I really say all that? Yes, you did. And I know, because autistic people remember. I was standing here. I remember what you were doing exactly with your mouth. You were holding like a pen, all that kind of shit. We remember that shit. Things that we shouldn't remember. And then the stuff we're supposed to remember, gone. It's too important to remember it. So it's like anxiety is attached to it. So it's like blank. Tabitha remains silent for a few moments. I'm convinced she is going to report me to human resources, and I will be fired by the end of the day. There's no way I'm walking out of here with a job. I should be a life coach. I'm a life coach. That is the opposite of what I thought she was going to say. Tabitha laughs quietly. I can see her expression change slowly as she remembers our conversation from last night. I don't know her well enough to explain how badly I needed to hear what she shared with me. A lot of people give me a lot of different advice, most of it from a very high horse, like the highest horse. Why is that horse so high? I don't know, but it's up there. It was really inspirational, Tabs. That's why I wrote it down in a very bizarre, abridged shorthand that looks really suspicious when you're reading it out of context. The short answer for why I take notes like this is people confuse me. Being around people just for the sake of being around people drains the life out of me, but learning people doesn't drain me nearly as much. Making small notes and reframing the way I think about social interactions has helped me get better at something that I'm naturally very terrible at, people. Excuse me. Even though I prefer being alone, I want my introversion to be a choice I make. I don't want to feel trapped by it. Sometimes I feel very trapped by it. Is it bizarre that I have all these notes about my coworkers written down on a physical piece of paper? Yes, it sounds a little bit like serial killer behavior or autism if you don't have any context, but it is really so different from putting someone's birthday on your calendar or making mental notes, which stay mental and never get written into a notebook, about someone's favorite ice cream flavor. The notes I take when I'm starting a new job are always about the people I work with. The job will sort itself out. Take what's happening this morning as an example. Tabitha is currently in the middle of teaching me how to fold hospital corners when making up a guest bed. This is something housekeeping taught me how to do 2 days ago, but the very first day I met Tabitha, she told me that she likes teaching. In another life, I would be a teacher. I made it my mission to allow her to teach me as many things as she wants to teach me, regardless of whether it has anything to do with my job or not. I will never forget how to make a bed with hospital corners ever again for the rest of my life, even when I want to forget about hospital corners, because every time I make my bed after learning how to make a bed with hospital corners, it never looks complete. And sometimes I just don't have time for hospital quarters because life gets busy, and I consider myself lucky if my sheets are clean enough to be on the bed in the first place. You guys, I just realized I wash my sheets every new moon, which is only once a month. And I saw someone on TikTok the other day asking like how often you do it. I'm like, oh my God, most people are like weekly is pretty average. 2 weeks. Some people were saying we're gross. Some people are like every day. I'm like, I only do it once a month. Am I disgusting? I don't know, but it's just me. Okay. The job itself, whatever job it is, isn't the hard part for me. I have a specific set of skills. I can pour coffee and say hello to people when they walk by me. I take a job that requires those specific skills. Then I trade my time at that job for money. I trade money for a place to live and a food to eat. All that makes sense to me, but there are unspoken social contracts within a workplace that, by some miracle, everyone else already understands, and I don't. This understanding seems baked into others' DNA in a way that I can't replicate with any amount of trying. When things go without saying, they never get said, and sometimes people need you to say those things so that they understand what the hell's going on. So a few years ago, I became just the right amount of observant. The idea that I could learn how to be someone who understands by becoming just the right amount of observant was life-changing for me. I started taking notes everywhere I went. Work, not work. That pretty much covers everywhere, I think. I started to notice BVVVRRRB. Now it looks like a text between Bryn and Elyse. Bryn says, "You told Tabs I'm good at breaking things?" Elyse says, "It's a long story. What time do you start today? I'll explain when you get here. Making beds right now." I started to notice all the BVVVRRB. I don't know what that means still. And then Bryn says, "I'm on in 2 hours. I'll try not to break anything until then." Elyse, "Sounds good." And then Bryn's got question marks. "If I didn't like this job so much, I would burn my notebook and start over somewhere else. I started to notice all the labels people freely give themselves at work, usually without being asked any of my pre-approved and not at all inappropriate questions I have prepped and ready in the back of my mind. Labels like," and then there's another little thing here written that says work wife plus work husband, work BFFs, the base or bass, or the boss. Sorry, the boss everyone flirts with but wouldn't actually hit on for real because he's happily married. But if he's so happily married, then why is he flirting back in the first place? And Why doesn't he wear a wedding ring? Good one. If I pay close enough attention, I can pinpoint the exact moment someone begins to transform into the tour guide of them. Drawing a map of themselves right in front of me. Likes and dislikes, hobbies, family trees, personal tidbits from their past they enjoy saying out loud, and a million other small things they don't realize are important to them, but clearly are, because they're telling somebody that they just met for the first time. Whether it's intentional or not, some people tell me who they are by what they share, how they share it, when they share it, how much they share about it. If they seem embarrassed about all their sharing, by just the right amount of being observant, I've also learned that tour guides mention things they don't want me asking about at all, ever, no matter what. In fact, it's my job as the listener and the recipient of their map to be able to decipher between places that are safe to walk through and places that are way too dangerous, even if they feel undangerous to me. The dangerous places are only on the map so that I know to avoid them. Some people can walk straight through dangerous places I consider undangerous because they've been equipped by the tour guide with the exact right tools and also a little tiny secondary map that says how to navigate through this dangerous place across the top. And here's the tab at this map. So cute. I love her illustration. So good. A place most listeners are only equipped to avoid as per the request of the tour guide. There are usually many different dangerous places on someone's map. You'll find all of them if you spend enough time with the tour guide. And if you're me, you'll find every single one of them before the tour is even started. I'm so like this too. The part that matters the most, navigating through someone's dangerous places I consider undangerous, is the very part that makes me realize I wasn't born with the intuitive skills to read people's maps. I can make maps. I am very good at making maps. I'm also very good at being the best listener. Seriously, a gold star listener. Tell me everything about yourself and then tell me even more after that. Let's make she writes motherfucking, and then crosses it out. Map. Unfortunately, making the map is only so helpful. Knowing how to read someone's map is, well, I don't really know what it is because I can't do it. How to navigate through this dangerous place. There's this like little map illustration here, which I think is absolutely adorable. How to fold hospital corners in 10 easy steps. I think this might be a whole nother section, so I'm going to wait to do that later. And thank you for listening to this latest one. All right, bye.